I recently escaped my first proper death chunk in my one chunk account. I spent nearly 700 hours stuck in Draenor Village, and when we finally escaped last episode, we did 2 entire chunks within that single video. Today we're going to keep the ball rolling and see what the next chunk roll that we got ends up being, and if it becomes a problem. This is ChunkWizard. He wants to explore the entire map of RuneScape, but what he doesn't know is that the map is divided up into chunks, and he needs to do every task within a chunk before he's allowed to move on to the next one. So come with me as ChunkWizard explores RuneScape one chunk at a time. The River Lum. I'm gonna be real with you, I didn't consider if this actually has any content that I can reach, because there's a mine here. I kind of just went into, oh, we can do a part of the mining grind, but I don't think we can reach it. I think this is that content for us. There's no new chunk tasks here, yeah. We can't reach this, so that is unfortunate. However, there is a dungeon here. That's something that we're gonna check out. I don't know what that is. And it does give me another path through to Draenor Manor, so that's why I would consider this still to be a valid chunk to get through. I'm going to say that these chunks, however, are not rollable, because I can't walk into them from what I have access to right now. Before we roll for the next one though, let's just go ahead and check out the new area. You see there in the distance, we can see some rocks that are worth mining. And honestly, I think if I get some agility training, I might be able to reach that in the future. And that starts off some amount of mining grind for us, which would be interesting. But for now, I can't do anything much to do with, well, anything here, to be honest with you. We can get into Draenor Manor from here as well. And we've got this strange hole, which we can investigate. But I think I need a rope or something for that, and I certainly don't want to go down there without any reason. That might be part of like a quest progression at some point, I don't remember. But there's nothing here to do, so let's go back to the chunk picker and roll another one. As far as the odds are concerned, we still have the exact same thing. 20% chance for this, 20 for this, and 60 between the 3 remaining chunks. It's just this one is unlocked and has opened up only this one. Let's roll again. Okay, it's the swamp. That's okay. This is only a problem if we roll the other swamp chunk as well. Hold on, it does seem to think that I can make adamant plate bodies and plate legs right now. And it also seems to think that I can make agility experience. I need to check out this chunk, because I didn't think there was anything in here that I could do. Let me go figure out what's going on with all that, and I'll be back with you once I have it figured out. As it turns out, we have a massive problem, because yes, the mithril and adamant grind indeed is reachable. Because I have one singular way to gain agility experience now inside of this chunk. And if I can get agility experience, I can get the agility level to cross the shortcut between Draenor and the Champions Guild, which means that I can get to the Champions Guild mine. That one contains tin and clay, which can be mined at level 1, so I can get up to whatever level I need to get for mithril and adamant. I don't know what the XP rates are going to be for mithril and adamant mining and smithing. Technically, I need to get up to level 88. And I don't know if that's going to be doable, because aside from the fact that it is a terrible location for a mine to grind at, I also don't have a furnace still. We'll dive in a little bit deeper about the actual math and how long this is going to take and the methods for it, but long story short, I can only smelt items using superheat item. That means that for every bar that I need to process between now and level 88 smithing, I need to use a nature rune. All told, that adds up to tens of thousands of nature runes without access to being able to buy them. So I would need to get them from monster drop sources, and that might actually put the 500-hour Black Knight grind that we just did to shame. So this is the commitment that I'm going to be making to you right now. No matter what happens, I will do the mithril portion of this grind, even though that by itself is brutal as it is. I will also make sure that I do the mining portion of the grind all the way up to mining adamant ore. The only thing that I'm putting in the backlog at the moment, until I just have more information about experience rates, is doing the smithing between level 70 and 88. I'm assuming the answer to is that reasonable is probably gonna be no, and the answer to that might also be no when regarding mithril. But these accounts aren't made to say, oh, that's difficult, I'm not going to do that. So we're definitely going to do mithril no matter what ends up happening. Adamant, I'm going to hold open until we can discuss that with a little bit more information about it. So let's go explore the content that we have to go through for this chunk, because it doesn't even end there. I'm going to go through and just explore a little bit in the Lumbridge Swamps to figure out what the XP rates are to get up to level 31 agility. I figure it cannot possibly be that bad. Also, I'm going to go down here, but I need a rope for that first. Surely I've gotten a rope of some imp at some point. Let me go run back to the bank and get a rope. I don't have ropes, but hold on, I remember. There's one guy over here that sells just rope and nothing else. I remember that from when I was looking for a fishing net. Now the issue is, I'm gonna need to go into the Lumbridge Swamp here with an open flame, and I don't know the routing to the stepping stones at all. Wait, if I fall into the water with these stepping stones, does my candle go out? That would be terrible. And this is my agility training spot. I would have much preferred the Drainer rooftops, but let's give it a shot. And that fails. Oh no, it does. Oh no, that does. That does. Okay. I can at least relight it. That's good to know. But failing it gives me 1 experience. Does succeeding it at least give me more than 1 experience? Because if this is 1 experience per action, that's not going to be a level 31 type of deal, I don't think. Am I not getting damaged even if it is dark in here? Can I just do this in the dark? It seems like I might be able to. That makes things a little less tedious. It's not going to be fun for you from a watching perspective. I might just boost the exposure a little bit. Oh, no, I'm getting damaged. Never mind, I'm getting damaged. I do need to relight the candle. Well, that's tedious. What's my experience per hour looking like? Under 400. I really hope that succeeding gives me more than 1 experience per action, because that would make the XP per hour probably go up as I level up a little bit. I hate to say it, but maybe this is a training method that is reasonable. It's not reasonable, let me be clear. It's not reasonable. For chunk perspectives, might be somewhat reasonable to do up to level 31, even though it's gonna take me a minute. I actually made it, and that gives you 3 experience. Well, 3 experience, if my level goes up to the point where this is somewhat consistent, would be triple the amount of experience, and that's over 1,000 XP per hour. If you compare it to the range level that I have right now, that's only at 14,000 experience at level 31, which is where I need to get to, so that's only 10 hours of doing this. I think it's reasonable to ask me to do this for 10 to 20 hours. So I'm gonna do that for a while. I'm gonna be here just hopping back and forth on this rock for anywhere between 10 to 20 or so hours. And mind you, this is a grind that unlocks a far worse grind for me. This is just an appetizer. This is not the issue. Not even a little bit. The first of many levels, agility level 2. That's a roughly 1% increase in the success rate of stepping this stone, and that would have just been too nice as an example, wouldn't it? And that's already level 3. We're gonna be level 31 in no time. And that'll be level 4. Next up, level 5. One of these days I'm gonna get a level from a success, but right now it's not that day, level 6. At almost the end of the first hour or so of doing this, I'm about to finally reach level 7. Of course with a failure, it's always with a failure, but level 7 nonetheless. While I'm just hopping back and forth between these rocks for way too long at a time, let's talk about the other chunk tasks that I need to look at in this chunk. Because of course we do need to do the mining and the smithing grind for the mining and smithing skilling tasks, and with that we also get a bunch of best-in slots. Essentially almost everything just gets replaced with a adamant version of what we have now. But that's not everything. We also have some crafting to do and 2 collection log slots to fill. Let's start with the collection logs. I need to get the curved bone and the long bone, because now I have access to giant frogs, which drop both of them. The long bone being 1 in 400 from the frogs, and the curved bone being 1 in 5,000. I'll figure out strategies about which frogs to kill, because there's 2 different sets at different levels that have different drop tables altogether. So which kind ends up being better for me to farm these 2 items, we'll figure out. Then there is level 41 crafting to make a studded body. Because I now have level 3, I have a way to train the skill. Polishing buttons. Buttons which I can get from ham members. Those only give 5 experience per polish though, and the chance of getting one is about 1 in 25 per pickpocket. It isn't quite as bad as you think it might be though, because they also drop gems that I will be able to cut, starting with opals, and as I level up, eventually also jades. And I also have a lot of gems stocked up in my bank, which I got from both random events and just the drops from the Black Knight that I killed over and over again in the last major chunk. But to start using that stockpile of gems, I need to get to level 20 in the first place to start cutting sapphires. Once I get there, I have about 15,000 experience just stocked up, and I'll instantly be able to shoot up to near our goal. I might need to lamp up the last few levels and rely on some more random events to give me more gems, but I also have diamonds in the bank, and diamonds require level 43 to cut, which is higher than 41 for anybody who didn't know. And I'm not 100% sure why that isn't considered a chunk task, because those weren't even gotten from random events. The Black Knight itself drops diamonds. Most of those diamonds came from the Black Knight, so by all accounts, cutting a diamond should be our chunk task for crafting. So here's the plan. I'm going to be lumping agility toward the end of my agility grind, because this is just very, very tedious. Then I'm also going to be pickpocketing ham members a little bit to get some amount of crafting experience, but starting at agility level 31, I'm going to be moving my lamping over to using them on crafting. Then, as I get to level 20 crafting, I'm going to boost all the way through all the gems that I have, and then the remainder of that grind is largely going to get lamped up to level 43. Now that we have a pickpocketing plan, we'll revisit that a little bit later on toward the end of this video, but for now, let's take a look at which giant frogs we want to kill. Let's go ahead and just do a little bit of a test, killing some of the frogs. It's not these frogs, these are big frogs. I need to do the giant frogs. The giant frogs existing over here. There they are, level 99 giant frogs. I don't know how much damage they're going to be dealing to me, because bank runs are non-ideal. Oh, no, that's bad, that's bad, that's bad, that's bad, that's bad. As I was saying, if I need to go on regular bank runs all the way through to this entire cave and then back to Draenor and then all the way back through here, that's gonna be kind of annoying to do. So these might also just generally be pretty good training monsters to begin with, because they have a lot of HP and no defense. And if they can't damage me that well either, this might just... Okay, now they damage me a lot. That was a 9. That was not a good time at all. Oh yeah, they hit me for an 8 as well. Yeah, no. This is not going well. Yeah, I can't even kill one of them without eating up. And I'm at almost level 90 defense. Admittedly, my armor is super bad. Yeah, let's see. We have the 3 jugs on the ground here. That I needed to drink for 1 kill. And then about 3 more. So it takes about 6 jugs of wine to kill that 1 frog. That means that I can kill 3 or 4 frogs before I need to go restock at a bank. That is not a good idea. The next thing to check is to check the level 13 giant frogs that exist just in the Lumbrid Swamp, just above ground. Because of course they have significantly lower combat stats. They probably will actually just straight up not be damaging me almost at all. These won't drop the nature runes, so that doesn't necessarily make me very happy. This is probably going to be the thing that I need to do to get the bone drops, the long and the curved bone. Only alternative that I can think about is to see if I can save spots the level 99 ones. In the meantime, I've reached a wonderful level 10 agility already. I did a little bit of in-between testing of some other things, so I reset my XP tracker. I've started editing this video and the previous one, so I'm a little less on top of it right now. Only about 500 XP per hour. But at a total, we're at over 1,000 experience now, which is 1/14th the way through the entire thing. Just to experiment with how this actually is going to look and feel like to go through, I'm going to put on some ham robes, just to make it a little less annoying to not get put in jail as often. And I'm going to go through and just do a little bit of pickpocketing in the ham hideout, showing you what my crafting XP per hour is going to be looking like. A small upside to what we're doing here is I also have a clue here that I might be able to do, so I'm going to be juggling some clues, because you get easy clues off of these, which can still get me a Staff of Air, which would be nice. So I can go ahead and cut at least a couple of these and see what they end up with. And that increases my XP per hour immediately by quite a bit as well. While this test hasn't been particularly long, I've been at this for about half an hour or a little bit more. You can see I have gained 92 experience in that time, and my XP per hour is notably under 200, even with the addition of the opals. I'm going to keep up the pickpocketing here for a little while longer for a different reason though, and that is that these things are a great source of easy clue stabs. As you can see, I've got 3 of them laid down here. There's one that I don't care about and one that I don't care about there. But I've got this one over here, which requires a spade, but I think I can get a spade, so that's fine. That's the Wizard's Tower. Then this one is in the Lumbridge Swamp, which that's our chunk right now. And this one requires studded chaps. That's kind of the thing. It's gonna take too long for me to get those studded chaps, most likely. For me to keep juggling all these 3 clues throughout that entire process. So if I can get enough clues, 2 more steps that I can do, I can get an easy casket, and that would just kind of be fun. Finally getting a clue casket, because I finally have a little bit more area to work with now. And I definitely wouldn't mind getting an air staff, because getting an air staff might make the level 99 frogs safe spottable, which makes them AFKable. I'll keep this up for a little longer to try to gather some more clue scrolls, and then we're gonna go back to the Lumbridge Swamp and just jump that stone over and over and over again. Alright, I've just gotten a 4th one, search the bookcase in the Lumbridge Swamp. I ideally hope that that's actually within the chunk that I have access to. It might not be, I just realized. These should be good to go, not despawn for a little while. So I'm gonna go see if I can do this one. I can just check on my map actually. Yep, I can. That's good. I've got that step twice, and then I've got 2 other steps, which I think both of them I can do as well. And an easy clue is always 2 to 4 steps, so I am guaranteed to get a casket here. In theory, I could even get 2. I found another clue, and this one is in Rimington. It's actually not that far away. But I can't do anything with that, so let me go grab the other bookcase one and pick up the next one, which is a little further away actually, so let's drop this one again. Which one is this? This is the bookcase again. Well, now that we're down here anyway, let's just reset all the timers. And then we've got this one, which requires a spade. I still need to get a spade. So let's also do that on our way out. We should be able to get one from the farming NPC shop, but if we're not, that might be an issue, actually. I'm sure that they sell spades. They have to, right? Let's go check that out real quick first. At this point, if they don't, I've already committed, so we're just gonna send it with 3 steps. Probably should have checked the whole spade thing before, but what are the odds that they don't sell a spade, right? That's... Surely they sell spades. Oh my god. Oh my god, they don't sell spades. Do I have a way to get a spade at all? I'm gonna check that out on the wiki while I'm walking over back to the Lumbridge Swamp. There is a spade in the Lumbridge Swamp shed. I think that's... Oh, that's that one, not this one. Oh, that's just outside my chunk, isn't it? Oh, no. Oh, no. Anyway, let's check out this step. Hey, maybe it's a step that I can do. It isn't. It's in your nil. That's just about as far away as it's gonna get. Yeah, there's no spades in here. Yeah, the shed is that one over there. Yep, take tools. There it is. A spade. It's only a few tiles away, man. Well, guess we're not doing this one. Instead, we do this one, which also is at the Wizard's Tower. It's just in the bookcase instead of the digging spots. That's a bit stupid. Look, maybe if I talk to you, you can sell me a spade through your dialogue. I know I'm coping super hard, but let's see. Yeah, it just opens up the menu. Let's go to the Wizard's Tower and hope this is just a 3-step. On average, it should be. Let's hope that this is the one. Let's see, it's another clue. And it's in Falador. Okay, no casket. We're gonna go back to agility. I also have a lamp. I'm just gonna hold on to the lamp for a little while, because why would I use it right now? And with that, I'm gonna be jumping across this a whole bunch, thousands of times. I'll see you back next time, I guess. We've discovered everything that there is to discover in this chunk. We know what we need to do. We know more or less how we're gonna do it. Now we just need to execute. And the first part of that plan involves me being able to cross the stepping stones at Draenor Manor.